We live? Are we living La Vida Loca? Yes, we're live. Yay. How's everybody doing today? It's been a day. It's been a morning. Right here in sunny California, the lovely motherfucking California, San Diego, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's pretty, the weather's nice. I can say right here in Cali, I'm appreciating the coolness because if anyone knows San Diego, if anyone knows California, you can go to the beach on Christmas. You know what I mean? And I don't know about the shit that I'm hearing outside right now. It's not even scaring me. Nature's taking its course. I think personally they decide to mow the lawn whenever I go live. It's cool. I'm catching on. That's the schedule. Go live, mow the lawn. At least you got somebody to mow the shit. But it's pretty cool out here. I actually started out this morning. I woke up pretty early. I was, uh, yesterday was a day when me and my son went to the youth center. I talked about it, I think, prior to this, but on another cast. So when I came home, I took a complete nap. I like this is so. I gotta rest my brain. And my son made dinner. Kudos to my big boy. Um, and I was like waking up off and on. I was tired. I don't really tell people what I'm going through a lot of times. Like I really, really don't. And but I woke up like three something, like four something. Read a book. I like could not get back to sleep. And then like at some point, like five, close to 6 a.m. our time, I got up and then I went to Starbucks. Got a few drinks from Starbucks, but also sat there and had a tiny breakfast, a little woosah, knowing that I'm going to pay for this later. I'm going to be tired. I'm just going to have to take a L, but I'm going to take a little nap. I'm going to definitely let that hit me. But I just took the morning by the balls. Right? They said the early morning. Okay, so the morning, the the early morning bird gets the worm, right? So boom, there it goes. And so I kind of stayed outside a little bit. Went back, came in my apartment, went back outside in the front, and then I did a podcast. Actually, it'll be out later. It was recorded. I was talking to my play brother. He works for the mayor's office here, Todd Gloria, you know, in San Diego. And he lives upstairs. I don't catch him a lot. And we caught him and said hello. And then we start talking like about MySpace and stuff like that. And I don't know if people know this, but MySpace is like hitting the scene again. Like they're bringing that shit back out. And with my play brother, he's like younger than me, but I really feel like he feels like the '90s was a good year because he's always like, it sure isn't the '90s. I can't even like fade the funk with him. I'm older than him. I was born in '78, but damn, the '80s and the '90s was some good year. It really was. And for some people, they'd be like, you kids don't know shit. Well, we know this much. It was a good fucking year. You never claimed for your year to be a good year, so miss me with that. So it was a good year, and most can say so compared to what the hell we be seeing now. You don't like really see those like that was a good year. And you think of everything like from the vibe, your friends, your atmosphere, the music, and then now you get you get like torture and like scary shit. You be like, that was a terrifying year, shit like that. So it's like you do the comparison. I'm just saying, it was a nice year. It was flowing, no matter what they're trying to sell out here. But they are doing the whole MySpace thing. I thought it was interesting because you know me, that metaverse. As soon as they hit the scene with metaverse, I said, that sounds weird. Like I'm not buying it. Let me do my research because I'm no fucking idiot. I don't just buy into stuff and not check into it. Who does that? But anywho, carrying right along. I don't just go with the hype and follow you know what I mean? What everybody else is doing. You should do this because this is the way society is. Fuck society. You know why I say that shit? Because we are society and we don't even take accountability for the shit that we do and we contribute to it. But that's a whole nother subject. Let's carry on. This metaverse shit is some bullshit. It's desensitizing us But let's start from MySpace. So we know that it'll never be like MySpace. And this is the thing, I never had a MySpace. Like I didn't start getting hit to like social media until Facebook and after some time. And when I started using Facebook, God knows I didn't know what I was doing. And my intentions were so crazy that it makes me laugh that I go back. Cause I thought like just by just by me having a Facebook, I was like, people will hear me. I didn't know you had to have actual friends. Like I was like doing clapbacks, to men that hurt my fucking feelings. If you really want to know, like, this is how you affected me. And the whole time he wasn't even listening because he wasn't a friend. So that's how I stumbled along Facebook. And then here we are, the guru that I am to social media. But I noticed that people that had MySpace really dug MySpace. And I know that MySpaces will never be the same MySpace because the dude that sold MySpace, you know, um, that let go of that gold mine, now it's in the hand of some guy from J- J- can't remember exactly. But it'll be interesting to see where he goes with it. But it will never be as authentic. But they'll probably try to go old school as much as they can because they got to get you in this metaverse and make you feel like, oh shit, yeah, this is my shit. But just pay close attention to how it's taking us away from actually meeting people, talking to people. And it makes sense, right? Because you're like, oh, there's a pandemic. Of course there is. What hasn't there? Like, come on. Like, what are these definitions? What are these things that we're saying that we're using? Who the fuck is calling me? Okay, guys, let's see who we have on the line here. I'm so crazy. But let's read this too. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Who's calling us right now? Why is my phone dropped it? Oh, okay, here we go. Hey there, sir. Oh, did I miss him? Did I miss him? And we don't know if he's going to agree to being online with us. I think he will be because he is. Well, we'll know here in a minute. I'm going to introduce him to you guys right now. Mind you, he just called.
Hello?
Hey, how are you doing there? First, before you say anything, we would like to know if you consent to being online live.
So what?
Before you say anything, I want to know if you consent to being live online.
Do I can send something live
Do
online?
you consent to being online right now live?
No, I'm not online.
I am, and I'm asking you, do you
Oh,
consent?
yes, yes,
Okay, I
yes.
needed you to know that you're alive.
Oh, I'm on. Oh, I didn't know you were
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah. Thank you for calling
Yes,
in,
yes.
sir. I didn't. It was so unexpected. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
Okay, let's see. Hopefully, everyone can hear you. They should. Do you want to? Do we want to share your name?
Yes, my name is Mr. Two Extra. That's my name.
Mr. Two Extra. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I can't complain. The weather is beautiful down here in Virginia today.
Okay. Well, right here today, we're not talking about like a whole lot. This is just the best of Brandy, and right at this very moment, we were talking. We actually were talking about the metaverse and kind of like MySpace. And I think earlier or in a previous conversation, you told me you do have experience like with MySpace. You had a MySpace before, right?
Yes. When MySpace was really popping, I did. I was young, 25 years old, maybe. I don't know. I was very young when I had compared to now.
Okay. What would you say like now? Okay, so you had a MySpace. So how long was Facebook around before you actually got a Facebook account?
Facebook was probably out for maybe two. 2 years maybe before I got a camp there. I was very confused on how it worked. You know, it took me a while to figure out how it worked. And once I figured out how it worked, all of them seem to be the same
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. Yeah. But MySpace is very different. It's almost appealing for me to check it out and see what's the difference of MySpace this year's compared to this year's. Simply because people go into more video and audio. You know, MySpace was out as just text and pictures. You know, that's it. You know, you post pictures, you text, and that was it. You pray. We didn't have catfish. We had catfish, but it won't like it is now. You know, so people catfish now just be catfishing and trolling now just to be trolling. But back then, it wasn't that popular. Your picture was your picture. You know, you had receipts to prove that was your picture.
Okay. All right. So is that your comparison from MySpace and Facebook?
Well, I mean, Facebook came in with a host of things that we're almost dealing with now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay. Yeah, Facebook come in with a lot of stuff that MySpace didn't have. Like you could have did videos on Facebook. You can do videos on MySpace, but you can do videos now. You can do go live on Facebook. You can go live there. No, MySpace we had Tiny Chat. Tiny Chat was the only thing that you could live on there. And a lot of people don't even remember Tiny Chat. You had Tiny Chat. You had Skype. Yeah, Uber. These are the things that people on MySpace would redirect people to if you wanted to see them.
Uh-huh.
They would put their Skype account down, their Uber account down, their Tiny Chat account down.
Uh-huh.
If you wanted to see who they were, you had to do those things. You had to go to those different separate apps. They weren't even the same app itself, like it is now. Now you can be in the same app. You can do a video call, audio call. I mean, you can do everything but be there. And with this metaverse, what I'm saying? With this metaverse, you're gonna be able to be there. You know what I'm saying? When uh, the world becomes digital, which the metaverse is going to be like crack to personal street. Those who got wealth, got money to afford it, it's going to be like crack to them.
Wait, no, it's not. The metaverse is open to everyone. That's the whole word of meta. It will not be like crack. It will be like you can have. It's gonna be crack that you can have, and you don't have to ask any questions, and you don't have to have any money because they need us in the metaverse. That's how we can get control. Sorry, YouTube, you may censor this, but you can serve it
Okay.
where it doesn't shine. But that's the whole thing. Like it's
They're
it's
not going
it's
to.
to do what it's been doing to pull us in to get us into. Okay, say for instance, okay, so you know that we are part of the community haps, right? Have you
Yeah,
went live on haps yet?
not the new apps. Not
I
not just yet.
have. I did a show. I did a live about me being on it on their platform, and how I liked it, and I they completely changed the whole platform. I've never seen a app completely redesigned their whole platform. Nothing's the same. You know how like some people like, but then like if you mess around with the features, like I could see that, aka Tony he was doing. You have to kind of like play around with it. And so I did on the live. And so like if I messed up and pressed a button that would take me out of my live or whatever it was, I was willing to do because how else am I going to know how it works, if I don't do it while I'm in action? I mean, even if I were to take tips from, which I will, because I'm going to need some questions answered from Tony, I would still have to go into a live to even test those out, right? So what I did find out about it is that, especially if you never even test ran the old apps, you would definitely like it. Me being a user of the old apps, I can see it being kind of cool because you at first when you look at it, it looks like it has no features, no design. You're like, what? How am I supposed to make my title? How am I supposed to be creative? How am I supposed to do this? But you just got to be willing to mess around with it to find out that you can still do those things. So I can see it I can't even sit here and act like I didn't like it. I do want to go back on and play with it some more. It even like makes you look different on screen. It's more you know how before it was like a broadcast, like a news station or something like that. Like this now, it's more meta-ish. Like I don't know,
Well,
but they're good at what they do because they still know how to allure you and bring you in. So
so
I like
for
it.
the
I ain't
phone,
gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
is
Huh?
that for the phone that you're talking about, or is that for the app?
It's the actual site because on the phone it'll look different on your iPad. It'll still look different when you go. But sometimes on your iPads, just you'll find like better features. It all depends on what it is. But when you go on your desktop, you'll get the whole shebang, like the setup, like what it looks like you can see like to me the only part where I was confused was how do I like say if you left a message or you typed in or like I'd be like, oh my audience, right? I couldn't tell the number. I couldn't tell who was texting until later on after I got off, and then I pressed a feature that took me to my listeners, but it also helps you see if anybody even watched you. And it has a thing where you can share. So I don't even know how interactive to where people just hop on like before because I had zero watchers. But who was watching me was Haps because it showed like the numbers. It breaks it down and says Facebook, this one, that one, 0000. But it also shows you from the Hap, like the people that run it. It said two. So obviously that shows us they watch us, they as they should. They listen. But that's all only activity that I had was from the people that run the platform was listening. Now, any other time you'll see people just pop in, right? And even if they don't interact with you, you can still you can see like 60 people watching you, but only like 5 people are really commenting or doing anything, right?
Yes.
Just like YouTube. Like I on YouTube lately, I've been getting like over 1,000 something viewers and like no likes, no subscriptions. And to me, I'm like, you sit here and watch the shit, but you can't subscribe. That you can't press like. That tells me a lot about you, motherfuckers, right here. But it's okay. It's okay. But to me, if I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna watch you, but it makes me more aware too. Like, let me start liking people's stuff because even if you pissed me off while I was watching it, I still watched it. Let me at
Yeah.
least give you a dislike. Let me let you know I was there, something. But if I watched it, I just might even give you a like because even if it's something that I didn't agree with, if I sat there and I watched it, let me really think about it. Why not press like
Yeah, that's true.
versus dislike? Even if I disagreed with it, I still let it have my attention. So I'm gonna press like because it got my attention. See, that's a tricky
Yeah,
button too.
I might broadcast on half today myself. I ain't been on
Yeah,
there in a while.
we
Why
should
not?
try it out together because then you can see me as a viewer. Like you can broadcast and I'll be your viewer.
Yeah, I'll do that. I can do that.
Or we can do vice
But,
versa to see how it works.
okay, I can do that. Let me get this stuff out and put my phone on the charger. And if you want to do it, just let me know when you want to do it.
Yeah, because it's a whole new setup. It's crazy how they just switched up. I asked Tony. I said, did they warn anybody before they did this? He said, yeah.
So I guess you have to be with the in crowd, for them to warn you. Because I ain't getting no
Yeah,
warning.
yeah. I guess you gotta watch the show because you know that the Haps people they have their own show, right? But
Yeah,
Tony D, he's in with the in crowd though. So shouts out to Tony D.
you're right. They do have their own
Yeah.
community. I was looking at the community, then I just
No, but
went off.
he's
But
really sauteed up in it. Like he does put in the work. Like I can't even say, and I brought you on. I can't even say I put in the work like he does. Like he interacts like for real, for real. Like he can tell you, he can school you on how to use the platform. Like he puts in the work. Like he is a Haps guy. So
yeah, let me get this stuff in the house. And
that's not how
yeah,
you leave us, sir.
I didn't say I was
You
leaving. I'm
were
just saying I
on.
got to get this stuff in the house.
Are you staying with us? Okay. Well, the listeners are still listening to you. They also want to
Okay, well,
know. They also want to know why your name's extra.
how you doing? people, you can find me on Instagram, and that is extra, two extra, the entertainer, Mr. Two Extra Entertainer. That's Instagram, and that's also Twitter. Uh, if you want to find me, you can find me on Wisdom. Name's always the same. You can find me on Rip. You can find me on Haps. Hey, I'm everywhere.
But could I ask you a question? We got a question for you. I got a
Okay,
question for you. All right, so you know me, and you have actually met one of my partners from the Real Wise production. How can you say something about Real Wise production or Real Wise TV? Something that you have experienced, or give us your comments on Real Wise
well,
production,
I'll
sir.
tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I had to take my daughter. I had to go pick up my daughter, and she lives in the country, about an hour and a half from me. I mean, when I say country, I mean country, where there's barely access, strong access to internet, dealing with internet. I got a Verizon phone. I got a 12 Pro, and I put on Wise TV, or Wise Radio. I put on Wise Radio, and I was able to hear it all the way down through there. It was good music. It kept me awake. It was live, and it didn't buffer. You know, now it buffered one time, but it buffered when it was here. Me leaving my house to go down to the bottom of the hill to cut my internet off because I had it on. When I'm in the house, my phone's on Wi-Fi. But once I got to the bottom of the hill, it went to LTE, I believe it is. Once it got there, and I started playing, it played the whole trip. The whole trip, no buffering
Right there,
at
people. The
all.
Real Wise. That was the radio station, sir.
That was the radio station, yes.
Well,
It's
thank
Real
you for
Wise.
that. Thank
The
you.
app, you get it from the App Store.
Yes, 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 he did. Can you tell our listeners what app store you went to and how easy it was? Like, what did you have to go through to download the app? Like, where did you go? What did you have to do to kind of let people know how accessible it is?
Well, all I did is put in the name. I have a phone, so I went to the Apple place, put in the name of the radio station, which is Wise Radio. Put it in. I
Real
think
wise.
that's I put it in, and like anything else that you do for the iPhone, it tell you to double click and it start downloading. And soon you download it, the music will play. Once you leave the app, the music will still play. You have to turn the app off. Go back to the app and turn it off if you don't want to hear the music. But you don't have to be in the app once you turn it on and listen to music from your phone all day long as you walk,
Nothing
as you
wrong.
talk, dog, as you lift your weights, as you
He said, "While you
swim,
lifting your weights."
as you swim, or whatever it is that you want to do, until you turn that app off, that music will play. And it's nice, nice music. Music that you might want to dance to, you might want to sip to, you might want to just sit and chill and just nod your head. Yeah, that's what's up. I remember this. Or you might want to find you a partner and slap cheeks together.
Aha! He said, "Slap cheeks."
You got some music for anybody. There's music for everyone. Whatever it is that you want to do, they got it.
You said,
Uh,
"Slap cheeks." You something else. You something else.
yeah.
But thank you. I
So
do appreciate that you gave that testimony. That's what that is. And that you were on a long trip, and that's this is the station that you chose, and that it gave you you were able to listen to that and be on your road trip, which sometimes you don't get from a station. You get a lot of you know what I mean, like disruption or static or like whatever you want to call it. So I didn't expect you to say that. Not saying I expect you to say anything you said, but that was something big. And so I appreciate you for pointing that out, and definitely letting people know what you can get from the the internet radio station itself, and the consistency it can bring to you when you're on a road trip, or you are, what did you say, like smacking cheeks, like what was that you said a minute ago?
that, you know. And another thing about the app too, you can tell that it wasn't slapped together. It's very professional looking. It's very neat looking. You can use it as a saver as you put your phone up on or whatever it is you got in your car to hold the phone up, your GPS system or whatever it is that you use to hold your phone up for the GPS. You put it there and actually just look at the app until your lights go off because mine's got a timer on it. But once your light go on, you hit it and go back. The look of it is very entertaining as well as the music. You can see that they really put their heart into it, they put their soul into it, and it's something nice. Nothing sloppy, nothing crazy or put together. Is it?
Thank you. Have you used our website, our radio website that's on there? Like, have you went there to? I know, like in the past, we talked about like going on and being able to like become a part of the radio station, or even like you know what I mean, like requesting, maybe even run having your own radio. But have you like tested out the website?
No, no, I haven't tested out the website. I have an iPad, and I'm working on something to give me a new iPad where I can take with me everywhere. This one is old. It's a 7, y'all. That's Generation 7. I know I should. Y'all, I'm embarrassed to say it. But
Let me stop you for a minute. I have to stop you here. Is this your response to not using the website?
no, no, I just hadn't put it on. I don't have enough space on it for the stuff I have. That I use is for
But
watching
okay, this is
TV.
the thing. Do you know that if you have the radio station, that you have the website? Okay, so okay, let's make this clear because we want to keep it 100 and make sure we got you right. So you went to the browser, but you know the app because you used it before. But were you like regularly using the app or the browser?
I was using. Well, I got it on my phone.
Okay,
The
because on the phone, if you have the app, then you have the website. You just
yeah,
go
I
and
got the
press the
app.
button, and then it takes you to the website. So that
Oh,
might have been something you didn't know, and so that's why I'm making it. That's why I'm saying it, because I want people to know, like, even though that you didn't know that part, we want people to know that there's a part. So he has led you and let you know that that is it's a really good app. It's a really good station, first of all. But when you get the app, and now he knows too that you can, if you do the menu, you press those buttons, you'll see the website, and it will take you directly to the Real Wise radio website, right? And so I am the upper keeper of these things. So I want to make sure that when I do, I keep you guys in the loop. Make sure that even our radio website will guide you to the production website. So if it's not there, but you can also leave them a message. I have it built into where you can leave voice messages. So Extra now knows that too. So when you talk about this, you can let people know, but you can also now, when you have time, you go back home, you can check out the website and let us know as a user and a viewer what you think, because we want to know what people think about the Real Wise setup. Like, because we want to know, we want you to engage. There's so many things that we're doing, that we're creating. There's books being put out, and but we want to know, as from listeners and viewers, like Extra himself, we want to know like what he thinks. Not like just like, oh, he says it's great. Like, we want to know his experience. That was a really great testimony that you gave from your road trip with your daughter. So I do appreciate you sharing that.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to test it out, just to see how it would go. And what better time to do it?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I appreciate you. Thank you. And like just to let you guys know, Extra has been on the show. He has been on the Real Wise TV a few times. So definitely dip in and go to Real Wise TV, check us out. There's been so much added, and you can even find Extra himself. Extra, if you can please let us know your social media drops again too, so people can follow you.
Yes, I'm on Instagram, and that is Mr. T Extra the Entertainer. The same on Twitter, Mr. Extra the Entertainer. And I'm on other apps that you probably heard of, like apps, with Wisdom. I'm on them, and I'm on a lot of others. All you gotta do is put my name in. I'm very easy to find. It's always the same name.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. I do want to give a shout out definitely to the new Wisdom app. I'm a user. I have to get on today. Sophisticated app is like no other, but I do also want to give a shout out to some of the Clubhouse groups, not just Clubhouse in general, but successful airlines, because there's certain ones that really are about something, and you just have to be able to find your way through these certain platforms, because we could say like, oh, it's a crappy platform, but then they can be a really great group of people. So you got to know your tribe. So I definitely want to give a shout out to Successful Airlines, and definitely show wisdom some love, because I find it to be a sophisticated app where it's needed, and I wouldn't even put it in the category with anybody right now. It's rocking out all on its own. Who can stand up with it? Well, we'll see. Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. But I'm telling you right now, it's nothing like it. So wisdom, thank you, and then shouts out to a Facebook club
Oh,
that is
don't
called
forget,
Successful Airlines. So thank you so much, and thank you extra. I know you got to go. And thank you for
uh,
joining
tell
us.
them, tell them, don't forget that wisdom, and also, what is the combos? They are melon owned apps
Yes,
also.
yes. That's so. And there's another one called Speak Say. Is am I saying it right? Yeah, I'll definitely update you on that too. And that's a that's like a and you know what I fail? I see that people fail to give that props to that I rock with is we got ups, Ice Cube stuff. Like I rock with it. I'm on it every other day. And I'm telling you right now, if you want to build a business and you want to build a business and you want to support black owned businesses, because there's nothing racist about that. It's all about uplifting. If nobody else is going to do it, then why not us do it? Then just check out We Got Ups Ice Cube app, and I'm going to keep uplifting anything that uprises anybody's um, just we should support. Human beings should just support, right? In general.
Yeah,
But here we are. So we got to do the best we can. But if you're doing it in the right your intentions are true and they're pretty pure, then I don't see why not. There's no problem with it. Because at the end of the day, we're doing this for our youth. The foundation is our youth. They're our future. And if we're not putting them first, then we're doing it all for nothing. So that's all I got
sure.
today for the best of me. And extra, if you have anything you want to share before we roll out, feel free.
I just want to say it's okay to be extra.
So he says. But hey, like he said, it's okay to be extra, and maybe it is. So extra does not mean bad or good. It just means be extra, be you, do you. And peace out. Oh yeah. And much love to my family real wise. Show us all the love, because we're gonna show you all the love. Much love to my boy Poppy J. So proud of you. And to Wise El Jefe. Love you guys to pieces, and it wouldn't be anywhere else.